everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Candid Kaya. Today I am here with YouTuber, chemist, and relationship, let's say, expert, almost. Yes, Dozie here, and we're going to just talk about relationships from a male perspective. Stay tuned. All right, Dozie, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Recently relocated. I have a dope YouTube show talking about Christ from a male perspective. It's very heavy male opinionated, and I say that to say the world doesn't get to hear how men think. So I really take everybody to a locker room and really have other men relate to how we move and how we talk. Mm-hmm. And I'm also a chemist. I play football, did that for a while. Went really far with that, but that's not what we're here for. And I'm a chemist now. And in the lab, mixing up some stuff, cooking it up,
Right. Okay. So we have a little different format today. What I have are some questions sent to me from my Instagram friends and my Candid Kaya supporters that I'm going to hit you with today. All right, you ready?
Yes, it's ready.
Let's go.
Swing them through.
Let's see. Question number 1. What's the difference between a grown boy and a grown man?
A grown boy and a grown man.
You know they exist, right?
Apparently, I'm trying to think. Do I have friends like that? But a difference between a grown boy and a grown man. I'd say, are we talking about in relationships or period? Period. It's definitely, we talk about a maturity thing. It's definitely our mindset. Mm-hmm. So the difference between a grown man and a grown boy is a boy thinks for the moment. A boy doesn't plan for the future. A boy makes decisions without thinking how they're going to affect other people around him. A grown man understands the scenario, understands the situation, and he's going to make a decision. It doesn't mean he's going to make the right decision. Mm-hmm. It just means he knows the effect it's going to have. Whether it's going to be now or later on, he is okay with the consequences that's going to be made. Okay. So I think that's the difference. It's more so our values in who I feel I am and how I present that. A boy's going to feel insecure, easily messed up. His decisions are kind of going to be based on those around him. A man's going to be like, nah, if I'm going to be trifling, I'm going to do the right thing, it's because I want to.
Right.
So that's the difference.
All right. So why do men text women just to not follow through on their plans? Why
do we text shorties to not follow through?
Yes.
So if I can be completely honest, if a man texts you and he does not follow through, he was playing the field. Mm-hmm. He texts not just you, he texts a bunch of shorties. And whichever shorty came through, which is probably his number one that came through, or one that he wanted more than you came through. So that's why he happened to go ghost. So because we don't just make plans and just disappear like that. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, and I understand certain situations come with work and things like that may happen, some may happen, but in general, if we just dip and just don't come through, we whoever we wanted came through, so we didn't respond. To be honest, I'm sorry to say, but that's what happened. He was playing the field.
Okay. So the number one came through. Got it. Mm-hmm. All right. So what is going on in a man's mind when he wants to commit to a woman?
Ooh. That's a good question. If one of us want to commit to a shorty and we thinking like, hey, this is it, we're more so thinking, can she accept me for who I am? And the life I live, the values I have, whether he's a Christian man and he truly lives for God, can she accept that? Can she add on to that? Or can she attach to that? Can we go together? And does she truly love me or does she love what I have? So these are things that we think about, when we're like, yo, is she the one? And when I say that she accepts us for who I am, a lot of times with men, you get a lot of women that you don't even have to understand us, but they don't want to accept us for who we are. Like, you can't give him 30 minutes to go play video games, and I don't play video games, but I'm just saying, or as an example, you always have to get the last word. You can't let a man feel like he won at this moment just because, you know what I mean? So it's certain things where it's like, yo, if you can accept a man for being a man, Now we're like, okay, she definitely has something special. Now she's considered a wifey material. If she can accept us for who she is. Can she add on? If I work out, did she work out? You know what I mean? Like, we're just seeing, is she compatible? Honestly, a lot of times we seeing, can we bring you home? What will our parents say? That's like the number one thing. I'm like, yo, if I meet a woman, if I bring her home, will my parents approve? Like, and it's all right if, let's just say I really like her and I know she's good, but it's more like, can she pass the credential test? You feel me? Like, her personality dealing with my parents, and her status when I'm taking her to my parents. Can she hold herself together? Mm-hmm. That's really what we thinking. Like, yo, is she really good around our people? Like, can she be alright? That's really what's going through our head. Okay. So if she can't do that, then it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, because a lot of times it kind of goes to, can she be with family? Mm-hmm. Is she a mother? Is she a wife in those ways? Mm-hmm. So that's what we kind of thinking about.
Why do men seek validation from other women outside of the one that they have?
That's an interesting question, because the only type of man that seeks validation from other women, even though he has a woman, is a cheater. And I say that to answer that question, the man's a cheater, and he probably was a cheater out the gate. So if you see that, then it's a question you shouldn't even ask. It's more you should just leave. Because if he's seeking validation, that means whatever you're giving him, it's not enough for him. If it's not enough for him, then it's like, yo, he's trying to get it from somebody else. So that should automatically be a red flag for you. I don't care how deep you're in it, you should definitely leave. So he's a cheater. And I mean, I don't know if you saw the signs and you still there, but at the end of the day, look, if he's seeking validation, you should leave. There's no why. The why is he a cheater. Mm-hmm. The why is he doesn't feel like you're giving it to him, whether you are or not. He doesn't want it from you. So.
Okay. Do you think that men can ever be satisfied with just one woman?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. If you look in the Bible, the way we were designed was to be with one woman. So absolutely, if you go to Christ and you see the lineup, we absolutely can be with one woman. And I know men that have been with one woman happily married. So it's a thing, but TV and other that says otherwise. Right. And nowadays, you got women out here now with one man too. So it's the world says otherwise, but it's absolutely true, and it can happen.
Okay. So next question. What do you feel about having intercourse within the first 30 days? Is that really important, and does that matter?
Is that really important, and does that matter? Okay, so as far as having sex in the first 30 days, is that important? Does that matter? It absolutely does matter. So if we're going to be frank, so first off, for me and myself personally, I'm over here, I'm planning on doing the right thing and just lining it up and waiting to do it, waiting till marriage and all of that. But in general, in the first 30 days, does it matter? Absolutely. One, it shows the type of woman you are and the type of value. So now what you're doing is you're making a man look at himself, and it's like, do I really want this woman? So it causes us to really validate or evaluate ourselves. It's like, yo, do I really want to be with this shorty? Is she really worth it? Do I really like her? For 30 days, like 30 days, it's a month. You build habits in a month, right?
You can love somebody in a month.
You know what I'm saying? It build all that stuff. So it forces us to really reflect and be like, yo, do we want you? Do we really, really want to wait that long? Are you really worth it? Mm-hmm. So some men just like the challenge, and they'll go forth for it. But I can tell you, if you do that, the criteria as far as if you just let us hit in the beginning, as opposed to waiting 30 days, you are absolutely high up there as far as we think the quality of who you are, you worth something. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, yes, because it exposes us to reflect on who we are. But I would recommend at the end of the day, if you're going to do that, I'd recommend just wait till marriage for anything, if you want to do that.
Yeah. Next question. How long should women date with a man without a relationship commitment?
There's no real answer to that.
How long is too long?
How long is too long? to date a man.
To just date.
To just date. What you mean? Like y'all official? Or you not even
Y'all
official?
ain't even made it official
Oh,
yet.
y'all friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. Alright, so the reason I say that is you get some people, they just been friends for years. You know, they've been friends for a minute, and finally they go into a relationship. And then, I mean, they official. But you talking about dating, like actually dating.
Right.
I cannot put a time limit on that because dating is different for other people. Other people got to feel comfortable. But I will say, like, yo, if you dating somebody for like a year, and y'all not official. Okay, so I'll answer on the male aspect. We know very quickly what we want. So if we dating you for like a year or more or something like that, yo, we actually don't want to be with you like that. We're dating you and we didn't put a title on it or nothing. We don't want to be with you like that. Now, it depends on what we're getting from you. Is the reason we're still there. But in general, nah. We not. It's just dating. Nah. If it's like a year or something, you playing yourself. Shorty, you playing yourself. Like, you already know. We showed you that we don't want to be with you like that.
So when should a woman leave a relationship?
Leave? You should leave when you know it's gonna fail. And I say,
true.
Like, honestly, if you, let's say, you should honestly leave a relationship, and assuming it's going downhill, you should honestly leave a relationship if you know the man you're with is not going to do anything to keep you or to make the relationship or improve in any way. The problems that you see are not changing, and he's not going to change. That's when you should leave a relationship. You shouldn't try. If the moment you see that, however you feel, and whether it's right or wrong, that he's not going to be that for you, leave for his sake and for your sake. So it's not even just about you; it's about him too. You got to let him be free if the reasons you want to leave are wrong or right, and for yourself too.
Okay. All right. So why do men offer to do things for women, nice things for women, when they don't mean it and know they can't deliver?
So with us men, a lot of times, if we offer to do these stuff and we don't deliver, we can't. We just know it's what you want to hear. So we just saying some sweet stuff to your ears to kind of get you to do what we want to do, kind of get you to give us whatever you want to give us, and it works. It works at the end of the day. So a lot of times, if you see a man give you a lot of broken promises or whatever, he's just doing it to kind of keep you wrapped around, keep you sticking around and stuff like that. That's really what we're doing. So, like, look, the formula works. The formula works. So,
what are some red flags to look out for in the beginning of a relationship?
First off, check if he's single or not. Like,
yeah, do your research, sis.
Yo, as men, we be out here sometimes. Like, we be out here sometimes. Shorties too, but we be out here sometimes. But red flags, I definitely say for the stuff that you can't just see plain sight. You can't Google old buddy and find out about him. Can't see him on Facebook. I'd say if you just talking to him, listen to the way he talks. So a lot of times, if he's not talking future tense, then he doesn't have any plans for you in the future. So meaning, he's not talking about buying a house with you. He's not talking about kids with you. He's not talking about eventually meeting his parents. He's not talking about his family to you. These are all the things. All you see is the man at the moment. Anything he says is at the moment. We're going to go on vacation here. We're going to do this here. I'm going to take you out here. But you never hear anything about your life together later on. Bro, he don't have no plans for you. It's as men, we are very simple. And we're very straightforward. A lot of times, shorties will try and like make this idea different from what we presented to you. So we're not hiding it. We're not being slick about it. We're not talking about the future because we don't plan the future with you. But a girl be like, well, he's keeping it to himself. He's mysterious. He's reserved. Nah, we just don't want you. Like, that's what it is. You're not in our future. But that's really what happens.
Okay. All right. Let's see. How important is it to be equally yoked?
It's really important. It's being equally yoked is huge, And I'd say spiritually, physically, and mentally, because you get people out here. Let's just say, even in Christ, because I'm definitely a Christian. Even in Christ, when you go into church and whatnot, and you are actually pursuing Christ, and a man that's not pursuing Christ. Now, when something happens, you're praying and you seeking the Lord about it. He looking at you like you dumb and crazy. And now the problem is an imbalance. And then when it comes to kids, you taking them to church. He don't want to go to church. Kids don't want to go to church. So when issues actually arise, your solutions are different, and you guys now are beefing. So it's a big issue, and then also the level of spiritual strength he has. Like, is he going to help you spiritually? Is he going to push you? As a man, we should be leaders. So we're not leading you toward Christ, which is the greatest thing you can have in your life. So it's a lot of stuff like that. And then even to go on a practical basis, equally yoked is if you're ambitious and he's not ambitious, that's a problem. You shouldn't be with somebody. If you're ambitious and you with somebody, unless you actually see them with the actual ambitious trait and they're moving forward, you're not equally yoked, then it's going to be an issue because now you're succeeding, he's dropping, and he may have insecurity issues. Now he's attacking you for everything, and that's the issue. Or you work out and he doesn't. Now that's a problem. Or you get a man that works out and the woman doesn't, and then that happens a lot. Shorty starts getting bigger, or the dude starts getting bigger, and it's like y'all not equally yoked, and there's heat going on because the attraction's not there anymore. Not to say weight doesn't have weight is that big of an issue, but what I'm saying is that's not who you married or that's not who you wanted to date.
Right.
So,
next question: what do women do that make men think they will never leave, and what can they do to show that they will leave?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. Very interesting question because what she's talking about, it kind of sounds like a cat and mouse game in a situation like that, because it sounds like she wants to be with the man, but then she doesn't want to leave, but she wants to act like she's leaving, so the man can line up to what she wants to do. So it's like you're kind of playing a tit for tat game. That's what that question sounds like. What can I do to make him want to feel like I'm gonna leave? Like, bro, you either gonna leave or not. So it really comes down to it. At the end of the day, if you want a man to be a better man, then sit down and have a talk with him and give him an ultimatum. If he doesn't improve, then you leave. That's the only way to do it. But if you want to make him feel like you're gonna leave, you might as well just leave, because clearly whatever you're doing is not working. And it's childish in a sense, because the man, we don't work that way. Like, you want to make. Let me get this straight. She wants to make the man feel like she wants to leave, so he can fix himself up. That's basically what she's asking, right?
Probably.
That's what she's asking. And it's an immaturity thing. Either you're gonna be with the man or not. Either he's gonna level up and be the man you want him to be, or he's not. So if you're gonna leave, leave. If you're not going to leave, then stay with him. But my ultimate thing is to say to that is, sit down, talk with him, give him an ultimatum. If it doesn't happen, then you actually leave.
Right. So, in your opinion, why do men cheat?
That's a loaded
Why do
question.
men cheat on good women?
That's a loaded question
Still
too. It's still loaded.
Why do men cheat on good women that love them?
Okay. For the reason men cheating is so many aspects to it. Most men cheat because of deeper issues. And when I say deeper issues, they have daddy issues, they have mommy issues, they don't trust women, they don't trust people. And generally, they don't trust themselves. You also have generational curses. His dad was a cheater, or his mom was a cheater, his grandfather was a cheater. So it's just in his generation. So somebody has to break that generational curse. You got so many aspects. Most men don't cheat just because they just want another woman and they savage like that. There's few men that's really savage like that. They just like, bro, you fire, I just want to cheat and destroy you. Nah, most of them, they have some underlying issue, and it's not an excuse. It's absolutely wrong, but I'm just saying we have an underlying issue, and it causes us, or we go ahead and cheat. Like, we just do it because we feel this is our comfort. And I'll even say, even some men I know, even from high school or middle school, one woman did us dirty. dirty. Now we don't trust women, period. And we hold on to that grudge. So we meet a woman and we're like, you fired everything, but I'm never going to close all my options because that one girl did me dirty in high school or whatever. Or I've seen, this also happens too. A lot of times we'll talk to a girl and she'll have a man. And she'll give us play and let us do something. And we're like, I can't trust women, period. So because of that, we're like, you know what? Girls is out here, she might do something, you feel me? So we never completely commit mentally and physically. So we like, you know what, we just always gonna have a little ace in our back pocket. So if she ever do us dirty, I was never fully committed to you. So a lot of times that's what happens. We see cheating going on, we're like, nah, you can't trust women. It boils down to trust for us. It boils down to trust. So that's how we feel. It's wrong, but that's a lot of times how cheaters feel. And good women and bad women don't matter. They gonna cheat.
True. I believe that. Why do men think that all women that they date are so replaceable? Meaning, I can find someone just like her tomorrow.
The truth of the matter is, if we talk about facts, it's true. At the end of the day, I don't care how far you are, there are billions of people in this world, and they can find another person, either better or worse, but they can find somebody else. Same for men. At the end of the day, a woman can find another man. So a lot of times, and I think this is actually a misinterpretation, because just because you're a good woman doesn't mean we're obligated to be with you. And I think that's a lot of women and a lot of men even think that, like, yo, just because I'm good, you're obligated to be with me. Nah. We cannot be with you just because we just know we're not it for you. Maybe we think you deserve better, or we just like, we're not compatible. And it's okay, you're a fire woman. I've had situations like that where I met a shorty and she was fire. Amazing. But I just knew we weren't meant to be. And, we ended it like that. But you can't feel like you're entitled just because you're a good person. You can't feel like you're entitled to be with somebody. Now, if that's the case, every good person would get married. You know what I mean? But clearly, compatibility means something. So that's why. Like, at the end of the day, look, it's about how you spin it, because you got good people out here. It's just not meant to be.
Right. Okay. So what tips do you have for women who focus more on the potential of a man than the reality?
Tips for the first off, that's definitely it's an immature thing to focus on the potential of a man as opposed to who he actually is and what he gives out to you. So I'd say a tip for you, I'd say pay attention to a man for who he is right now at this moment. And what I mean is, potential, you could throw potential out the door. You need to see who he is now and the plans he has for himself now, because potential can be tapped or not tapped. But planned and who he is now is what happens. So, and when I say this, I say, look, let's say he's like, yo, I want to be this investor. And he tells you, look, I got this amount of money saved up. I just put it into this market and I'm studying on this course. That's a plan. That's not potential. That's a plan. That's potential, or it's potential being executed while you just came in. So those are all good plans. Then you get a man that's saying, hey, look, I'm sitting down. I got all these great ideas. I don't have the money yet. I think I could be something amazing, but I don't know what I should do. That's potential. You know what I mean? He doesn't know what he should do. He's like, yo, I think. He has no money. He has no real thing. He's just like, yo, I think really good. And as a woman, y'all come, you guys are helpmates. You'll be like, I see it too. You feel me? I see it too. You could be so great. It's like all of this stuff because I told you some words, but my action doesn't do any of that. Everybody got potential, but it's a matter of who's tapping into that. So as a woman, I say, pay attention to what you see at the moment. Right. What plan is he actually having? What is he actually executing? Is he just saying a plan, or is he actually moving toward in this plan? Look at the traits he has. Is ambition there? Is calmness there? Can he handle himself? Is that there? Look, is he angry? Right there. Can he lead? Can he protect you at that moment? Don't go off of, hey, I think he could protect me later on. I think he can do. I can see it in him, bro. Nobody cares about what you see in him. It's about what you got right now at this moment. So, because you get a lot of people caught on, hey, potential. I feel you. When we 5 years old in school, everybody thinks we got the greatest potential in the world, and look how we turn out. You know what I mean? Some make it, some don't. We all have potential. So, you got to face the facts of who you see now.
Okay. All right. Fair point. All right, Dozie, and the last question is just going to be, what advice do you have to help women find their best match?
What advice would I have to find their best match? First off, I would say, what do you consider your best match? And I'd say, first off, understand the type of man you consider your best match. So if you want a cheater, like, yo, you can get a cheater. You get what I mean? If you want a good man, okay, once you figure that out and all of that stuff, then find out how you can line yourself up personally to be with somebody like that. So how can you work on yourself to be with somebody like that? And I'd also say, be confident in who you are. As a woman, you have to be confident because you get men who have preferences. Everybody has preferences. Everybody has their own thoughts, their own desires. Don't internalize somebody else's preference if it's not you. If you're confidence is very attractive. As a man, confidence is very attractive. Look, I don't care if she's big, small. She could be 500 pounds. If she's confident, men will be like, bro, am I tripping? Like, she got all this confidence. Like, should I like her? You know what I mean? Like, we question ourselves. So confidence is very attractive. And then on top of that, when I say if you see something you want, understand what that person will want. And you can make yourself into a whole, but also, and the reason I'm saying this is, it's like, let's say you want somebody that works out. You should be working out too. Because you have to be equally yoked. So if you want something, that means what they got, you got should be equal.
Right. You should be ready to combine.
You should be ready to combine. You should be ready to work it out together. You should be ready to offer something to them. So I definitely say, for tips for anybody, definitely understand who you are and understand who you are in Christ and build your confidence in that. And then if you're going to be with somebody, understand what they like and reflect and be like, look, can I line up with something like that? Will they like somebody like me? And be realistic. Will they like somebody like me? And yes, I mean, God can do anything. I've seen matches where it's like, wow, y'all together? Y'all together? God can do anything, but really reflect and be realistic. Like, yo, can I be with somebody like that? What do I have to offer that they'll like? So that's what I would say for them.
Awesome. All right, so question for you. We're all done. So, Dozie, are you single here in Atlanta?
Ooh. Yeah, your man is definitely single.
So tell the followers, what is Dozie? What type of woman is he looking for?
Yo, you put me on the spot here. Okay, what type of woman am I looking for? I'm very simple with my standards. I'm looking for a woman that loves God, loves Jesus, completely wholeheartedly loves Jesus, balanced, and balanced in the head, because I don't do the whole drama joint. Like, I'm not. Anybody knows me, I don't deal with all that drama. I'm very nonchalant. I don't be with that nonsense. I need a woman that's level-headed and that's fine. Like, bro, you gotta be bad. You feel me? Like, yo, these are my three things. That's it. It's nothing crazy. No, all of that. I see what I like all the time. My greatest thing is mindset. Like, if your mindset is trash, we're not gonna work out. If your friend base is trash and you thinking we gonna work, nah, you're not gonna do that. So,
all right. Well, we thank you so much for joining in. This was a great conversation. I know my friends and my supporters can benefit from this knowledge. I mean, Candid Kaya is all about empowering the woman. Of course, I give you all the job advice in the world, but I thought it'd be nice to do a switcheroo and do something else that I feel like a lot of women also want out of life that's outside of a career, which is a relationship. And so I'm so glad that Dozie was able to join us today. Well, we hope you all did enjoy today's interview. Dozie, tell them your Instagram handle and how they can keep up with you.
Okay, my IG is Dozie, Dozie, the number 4 and the letter J. And you can follow me on IG, like, comment, let me know what you think. I got a YouTube channel. That's my name, Dozie, Azima, Dozie, last name Ezemma. And you can like, subscribe, and holla at me. Let me know what you feel about it.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Dozie, and thanks,
Thank
viewers. We'll see you again next time. All right. So